Hey there, my name is Rohit Kumar, and today we are back with a new topic. And today's focus is the difference between the basic research and applied research. It's a very common question, and so many people, means especially the fresh researchers, do ask about this, and they have a fundamental misconceptions about the basic research and the applied research. You might be wondering that why people who are interested in research they have the very basic doubt in the definition of research itself. So it is because of the lack of environment, means that the proper ecosystem, the research ecosystem is not out there. And especially when the students do come for research, many times they are not prepared for research. They just want to come up to fill the gap in their kind of career, because after getting pass out from one kind of degree, if they are not getting some sort of job, then many times they think, okay, let's continue to search for some part-time period. So in this way, let me continue with this particular focus today. So here I found this article on indeed.com, and it's a very good coverage that they have provided. So I'm going to discuss the difference with the help of this particular article. So as you can see that the article is focused specifically on the differences. So we are directly going to jump onto the discussion, having a very basic definition that what is basic research. So you can see that the basic researcher discusses about some of the related questions, means how, what, why, and the sort of when, means when I'm including, because specifically when you should start your research, and what sort of prerequisites, a kind of beginning, means some sort of background knowledge that you should have, that is required for a particular kind of research. So that is also important. So these sort of fundamental questions, means how you should continue with your research, then what sort of things that you should know in advance, and sort of why you want to do it, or what is the basic motivation for your research, and these sort of questions that must be clear in your mind before doing or before starting your research. Okay, so when we come on to the examples of basic research, because when we ask somebody what is basic research, so with the term basic, they do understand that they are going to have some fundamental research. But when you have some sort of examples, it becomes very easy to understand it. So if you discuss or if you see these sort of examples anywhere, then obviously you will have a very clear idea that what you are talking about. So here you can see that if you are talking about the process of something, means a, or the kind of causative factors that are causing some process to get started, or what are the kind of components, the ingredients, etc. So these sort of things come under the focus of basic research. So these are some of the examples, like if you are trying to have a study which tries to find out the composites of protein or particular type of proton or kind of thing, then this sort of research is a basic research example. Similar sort of, if you are going to perform a study which trying to find a suitable solution for cancer or related diseases, then it is also kind of basic research. But if you are going into the specific domain of application, where you want to extend your basic research fundamentals, then that particular area comes under the focus of applied research. So if you are trying to have, before going into the applied research, let's have that what are the benefits of conducting basic research, because in applied research, you are just having the kind of application of basic research. Okay, so here you are expanding the knowledge through the basic research, and in this way, there are multiple benefits, like you are helping to understand the living systems and the processes. Similar sort of, you are helping to prepare the kind of future equipments and the kind of society issue which are going to get arised in future, that you are developing solutions for them. So in future there might be some different sorts of problems, and just based on the application of the existing solutions you can't solve them. So you need to do some sort of basic uh, inventions, and those basic inventions comes under the focus of basic research, and it will help to mitigate the challenges of future. Then when you are jumping into the applied research, so as the term applied itself says, that you are going to just have the application of some sort of existing basic research. So here your the findings are applicable and usually implemented upon the completion of a study. So the applied research focuses on answering the specific question for the client or the kind of a sponsor. Means somebody is asking the sort of thing, and then you are applying, or sorry, replying in the way that in this way you can apply this sort of research and you can have a kind of solution. So when we say that it is the kind of specific research which is coming into a specific domain of evaluation or sort of thing, then it is not like that. It might be some action oriented research. For example, the it trying to help the businesses find some practical solutions by guiding them. Additionally, if you are trying to analyze the existing information, similar sort of, then you are means trying to improve the existing ones. So means evaluation is going on there. Similar sort of, if you are exploring the kind of development focuses with respect to a particular product or the services, then it is coming under the focus of R&D related research. So in this way, you can have some of the subdomains of applied research and some of the specific examples. If you want to have a target on, then you can see that if you want to have the answer of similar sort of questions like how to improve the illiteracy in teenagers. Okay, similar sort of how to decrease the fraud on social media platforms, how to treat patients with insomnia or related diseases, how to have the solutions to train dogs to stay in their yard, and sort of multiple problems or their solutions are discussed in the field of applied research. So these are multiple examples here. If you are interested, you can go down to the article and you can explore in a better way. Okay, now coming to the benefits of applied research, like we saw in terms of basic research, here also we have multiple benefits. Like it is saving the businesses money, obviously, because you are going to have a fundamental focus on the kind of application. And if you do understand the benefits of right kind of application of a particular procedure or research, then obviously it is going to give you numerous benefits in long term. Secondly, it is trying to help you creating new objectives, because obviously the basic research has some specific focus, but if you just change the kind of perception of a particular client, then you are going to get, your research is going to get applied into numerous fields. Thirdly, if you are going to have some sort of product designing or the service design, then it is going to help in that perspective also, because for example, if I give the example of cloud, then after the introduction of cloud computing, so many different cloud services came into picture, and now without any infrastructure or sort of underlying requirements, a client can just directly go onto the cloud provider site and they can ask for the required infrastructure and just issue their product or services. So I think you can have a basic idea of the applied research and its related benefits. Now coming to the specific comparison of basic research and the applied research. So the very basic thing is that when we say basic, so you need to have some sort of basic fundamental curiosity. And if you are talking about the application only, then obviously it is just the solution. Means you are giving the solution to a specific problem just with the help of existing some R&D or kind of research oriented solution. Secondly, if you are going into the field of basic research, then you want to expand some sort of existing knowledge. But if you are trying to have the application or sort of thing, then in the field of applied research, you are going to have the kind of expansion of existing knowledge. But in terms of basic research, you are going to find some new knowledge. So these are some of the criteria on which you can judge or you can define the definition of basic or applied research. So there are multiple like theoretical and practical nature. So in basic research, with respect to basic research also, you may have some sort of theoretical solution, but when you are going for the applied research, obviously you are going specifically for the practical solutions in large scale. Then the informational and commercial gain. So for commercial gain specifically, we go for the kind of applied research, and that's why we do combine the multiple existing technologies and propose some sort of hybrid models. So all these things come under the focus, and you need to just understand and have a link with the existing definition of basic or applied research. Then everything will become clear, quite clear. Then the universal scope or a specific scope. So if you are going into a particular direction of application, then obviously it is a specific scope, but with the help of a general basic research so solution, obviously its scope is almost endless, means it can go into any specific sector and you can have its application according to the some sort of factor adjustments. Okay, so how do you determine when to use the basic research and applied research? So obviously when you know some of the existing knowledge, means when you are looking for some specific kind of solutions with respect to the universal nature and the kind of theoretical solutions, then obviously the basic research is your target. But if you are looking for some sort of specific direction oriented solutions, when you are trying to have some sort of commercial gains and related things, then obviously you should go for the application oriented research, and in this way the applied research comes to focus. So I think the careers with respect to basic research and applied research are endless, and obviously some of the common examples they have shown, like the researchers, psychologists, the market analysts, and the research assistants, sociologists, etc. are there, but there are numerous more, and you can go and have your passion to get continued in these particular areas with respect to the basic research or the application oriented research and the applied research. But one thing is quite clear that you need to have some sort of passion for research, whether you want to continue your career in the field of basic research or applied research, and both fields are good enough. But still, obviously, when people do ask that what is more tougher, then as per my understanding, obviously the basic research is way tougher than the fundamental, the applied research, because there, when you are trying to find something that has the universal scope, so obviously it is very difficult. And with respect to applied research, you just need to adjust the environmental factors or the kind of parameters, and obviously the existing solutions may fit into a specific direction, and your applied research solution may get created. So that is from my side with respect to this particular difference of basic research and applied research. If you don't like anything, please do comment below and let me know that what are the shortcomings of this particular video. Additionally, I would like to have your opinions through your comments down below. If you want to add that we can enhance our analysis with respect to some more factors and some parameters, then please let me know. I would like to hear from you. Thanks for watching this video. Thanks again. Have a lovely day.